Next on Nick, it's Captain's ARGH. And then, The Alvin Show.
Let's now have a moment of silence for those that we've lost in 9/11. Thank you. Ahoy there, ain't there the captain here, or should I say, Tony, the cheer captain is here. Woo! I'm in the spirit, yeah. Got my patriotic pom-poms right here, as you can see. Also, before we get started, I want to send a big special shout out to the Satin Dolls. That's Dolls of the Z. They celebrate their 20th anniversary. I want to send a big special shout out to them. Their music saved my life, especially during lockdown. And one of these days I ought to go to a Satin Doll show. I went to a virtual show, but one of these days I ought to go to a show in person, because they saved my life forever. And they do a lot of USO shows, and I thought it'd be appropriate. And besides, they're wearing patriotic gear. So yeah. There's like 6 divisions. There's the main one in LA, there's London, there's Paris, there's Rome, Nashville, and New York City. Yeah, so there's 6 divisions in total. Who would have thought that a small retro dance troupe will become into a giant pin-up army? You know what I mean? Like I said, they saved my life forever during lockdown. And one of these days I ought to go to a Satin Doll show. But we'll see how things go from there. But right now, let's do my annual Army, Navy, Air Force game. In dedication to those that we've lost in 9/11. Yes, 2001 was a not too great year.
Sports. It's in the game.
I can name all sorts of reasons. And they said they'd never forget where you were when you heard the news about 9/11. I'm sorry, I just had to get that out of my system. I love seeing the different colleges 2x2. I'll play as the Army. in the Navy. I win. I receive first. Let's get it started. Alright. And like I said, I can name all sorts of reasons as to why 2001 sucked. Big time. Boom shakalaka. First down. Mr. Rogers hangs up his cardigan for last time. Bozo the Clown hangs up his red nose for last time. Tweet Trang, aka the original Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger, passes. PBS chef Justin Wilson passes. George Harrison of the Beatles passes. Lorenzo Music, best known for his role as Garfield the cat from the comic strip, passes. Though he wasn't the... Oh! Yeah. I was not expecting that. Though Lorenzo Music was the most well-known Garfield the cat, he wasn't the very first one to voice him. It was somebody else in like this special compilation of comic book characters or something like that. But Lorenzo Music gave him that really emphasized Garfield's personality. It was also, was it Carl the Doorman or something like that? Ron Townsend of the Fifth Dimension passes that year in 2001.
Incomplete.
What did I do that for? 38. Do I go for it? No. I don't go for it. It's too far away. Sometimes I should have run it or something like that. I don't think it's going to get out of bounds. Oh, okay. Then again, maybe not. Roller Jam goes off the air, which basically combines... Yeah! Yeah! Woo! I was not expecting that. But, the fight song unfortunately didn't play. I was not expecting that. Yeah. Oh! What did I do? Darn it! Darn it! I wasn't even paying attention. I hit the wrong button. But still, let me do a little short pom-pom shake. Yeah. I'm so sorry, folks. I thought I was gonna... I thought I hit the right button, but unfortunately, I accidentally hit pump by mistake. I'm such a dunce. I got a little too excited, that's all. But anyway, Roller Jam, it combined roller derby and pro wrestling like storylines. And Battle Dome, which is also a type of sports entertainment. It's like American Gladiators on steroids. It shuts down. It goes off the air. It's where Terry Crews got to start. Yeah, Stardom was where Terry Crews got a start. ECW is purchased by Vince McMahon. WCW also shuts down and is purchased by Vince McMahon and company.
It's good.
Thus beginning the Invasion storyline. But some of the big time, a good chunk of the big names of WCW decided to sit out and wait and collect a paycheck and stay home, which was a red flag right there. The thing is, the WWF at the time wanted WCW to have its own entity and its own pay-per-view calendar, but unfortunately, other networks decided to pass on that. And so, what the WWF was left with was a bunch of mid-carders and only a small handful of big names like Booker T and DDP. And ECW was introduced to the Invasion storyline, and they did a pay-per-view called Invasion, and one of the major red flags was Stone Cold joining the Alliance, which consisted of WCW and ECW superstars, and he was named the leader, and he was booked to belittle the Alliance teammates. But at least the good thing about it is two things. First, the beginning of the "what" chants, which still go on to this day in WWE programming. And Stone Cold's hilarious outbursts. Those are the only two good things that were to come out of this. And Kurt Angle kidnapping Stone Cold, that's another good thing. It's hilarious. The rattlesnake as opposed to the Waddlesnake.
Incomplete.
And Stone Cold begging and crying for Kurt Angle. It's hilarious.
Touchback.
But yeah, all the big names, they decided to sit out of their contracts. and start collecting paycheck without getting into a wrestling ring. And they had the audacity to have Ric Flair come in right at the tail end of the Invasion storyline. It was the Raw after Survivor Series, with the winner takes all being the main event.
Incomplete.
And so that storyline crashed and burned.
Incomplete.
And on a personal note for me, I start ninth grade. I start freshman year in high school, and the bullying went from bad to worse, and it carried over from middle school. And if it weren't for my strength, I wouldn't be talking here on this very channel right now. And my grandfather passes just a few weeks after, just a couple weeks after 9/11. And of course we got 9/11 itself. Also, Dale Earnhardt Sr. passes that year. And based on the stories that I've been hearing, a lot of grown men that who was watching the race at the bar at a bar.
Incomplete.
Even grown men were crying. Were completely heartbroken hearing the news about Dale Earnhardt's passing. I mean, crashes occur all the time in NASCAR, but none so serious like Dale Earnhardt's crash. I think also that same year, Adam Petty passed away, but I'm not exactly sure. That's another reason why 2001 sucked. How did he escape? Yeah. 2001 was garbage. And speaking of the Army, this Hooters girlfriend of mine, her boyfriend served in the exact same military base as my pops did back in the day. I was born in Fayetteville. My pops served in Fort Bragg. I don't know if it's now called Fort Liberty, but I think they changed their name back to Fort Bragg. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah. He currently serves in the exact same military base my pops did. He's in the Army.
Incomplete.
My pops served in the Army as well. So it's a small world. Small world, isn't it?
Incomplete.
And getting smaller.
Offside.
5-yard penalty.
Incomplete.
Yeah. I wonder what else happened that not for the greater good during 2001, other than the obvious. Maybe this thing's broken.
Offside.
Stopping. Maybe a little bit helps.
Timeout.
I hate to use it so soon, but I gotta. And they get the ball back.
Touchdown.
It was right there! Why isn't it working?
It's good.
Maybe if it weren't for that gap, I probably wouldn't. None of this would have happened. Good, but not good enough. Worked. Finally getting back on track. Yes! Maybe there's still some life in there after all. Field goal this time. Field goal. I finally got it right.
It's good.
Yes. Woo! Woo! And like I said, they say they never forget where you were when you heard the news about 9/11. I was getting ready for first period French class, and like I said, I was a freshman, and out of nowhere, the teacher turns on the French teacher turns on the TV. The French teacher turns on the TV, and there was the Twin Towers up in flames. It was a giant standstill. The North Tower, the one with the antenna on it, was the one that was was the one that was on fire when she turned on the TV. And it was a giant standstill, and then we saw another plane. We saw a plane hit the South Tower.
Incomplete.
And so things went from bad to worse. Both towers were on fire. And then we received news that another plane hit the Pentagon, or a portion of the Pentagon.
Offside.
And so that was that was another scary moment. And then another hit somewhere in Pennsylvania, somewhere around there, or either Maryland or Pennsylvania, somewhere around there. And so everything was at a standstill. Everything was at, and we were scared to death of what was to happen to us. And then we received a message from the principal over the intercom that President George W. Bush confirmed that this is indeed a terrorist attack, and we as civilians need to continue with our lives as much as we possibly can, and not let the terrorists intimidate us. Again, there was something like that. And so, after like an hour or so, we continued with our day as much as we possibly could. But still, it was scary.
No good.
I think I have time for one last play. Probably Hail Mary. And on the radio, and I think I saved my last time out.
Time out.
Thank God for my last time out. But anyway, boys out trying to make a comeback. Before I release it soon. And on the radio and on the TV, it was nothing but news coverage, especially on TV. Almost every single channel was covering the 9/11 attacks, and on the radio, there was coverage on there as well. There was a mixture of regular tunes, or at least the one that the radio station I was listening to at the time. It was a combination of news coverage, popular pop tunes, and patriotic tunes such as "God Bless the USA." But it was a scary day. It was a scary day indeed. And like I said, even worse for me because my terminally ill grandfather, who would pass away just a few weeks after 9/11. Yep, it was a day to remember and not for the greater good. But the important thing is we as Americans stuck together. Stuck together through thick and thin during that time. Airmailed it.
Incomplete.
But where were you when you heard about the news of 9/11? Want to hear from you. An inquiring mind like mine wants to know.
Incomplete.
But it was also the year of Deflategate. That December. It was between the Jaguars and the Browns. And the Browns, let's face it, they're considered the worst team in the NFL. And have been for the longest time. And in a rare feat, they were attempting to go to the playoffs. But unfortunately, due to a technicality, their chances got rescinded. So that was a bummer. I'm not a Browns fan, and it was a bad move for in the part of the
Incomplete.
and part of the officials, all because of a technical difficulty. And the rules are specific, technical difficulty or not. Once another play is run, the previous play can't be reviewed. Yes. I thought it was holding. Yeah. Woo. So, there's that. Yeah. Woo! Okay, I'll do a pom-pom shake after the extra point. This time I'm going to do field goal. Okay. I got the right button. I hit the right button this time. Oh.
It's good.
Now.
Woo!
Yeah, I love these big fluffy pom-poms as opposed to the ones that they use nowadays. There's something about it that really stand out. The big fluffy pom-poms that they use especially during the 70s and 80s. I like those a million times better. And I'm glad that some NFL teams are doing Throwback Week, especially, and the cheerleaders get into this as well. The big old giant fluffy pom-poms. Oh, fumble! Get it! The Tampa Bay Bucks go all out, especially with the with retro, especially the cheerleaders. The big old giant fluffy pom-poms. Hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucks know how to shine. I'm not a Bucks fan, but I love when they do the retro, the Throwback Week. Hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucks know how to shine. Hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucks know how to shine.
Incomplete.
Decline. Let's see how they do from where they are, and try to score. I think they're gonna kick it through, but
No good.
oh, then again, maybe not. Yeah. Maybe I still have a chance. Which could be an earful. Yeah. Came back. If that earful was helpful. Oh, I forgot. It was the end of the third quarter. I'm telling you, this cheer captain gimmick is so over. It's not even funny. And ever since I first introduced it back in 2021, I've been getting a lot of positive reception on it, and even wrestlers love it, especially Thunder Rosa. Wrestlers and fans alike love the cheer captain, and it's going a long way.
Incomplete.
I've even had people ask me for autographs. They thought I was an actual wrestler. That's how powerful and believable the cheer captain character is.
Incomplete.
You know what, screw it, I'm going for it. Yeah! I took a risk, it paid off. Yeah! Woo! And they weren't even ready. That was the best part, they weren't even ready. They weren't ready either that time. Woo! Like I said, if it weren't for that gaff, I probably would have been ahead by a touchdown. A full touchdown and an extra point, that is. All I gotta do now is prevent them from scoring. I didn't think I was gonna come back from this. Talk about hulking up. What do I do, brother? Like I said, as I've said this before and I'll say it again. Say what you want about Hulk Hogan. If it weren't for Hulk Hogan, pro wrestling wouldn't be where it is today. I know he has excess baggage and all, but like I said, if it weren't for Hulk Hogan, pro wrestling wouldn't be where it is today. There'd be no podcast, there'd be no WCW, there'd be no AEW, no TNA, no Ring of Honor, no nothing. There'll be no wrestling podcasts, wrestling conventions, nothing. And speaking of which, Hulk Hogan was supposed to release his American beer. I'm not sure what the state of it is now. And he was supposed to, I guess you could say, supposedly save Hooters. Hooters stores have been closing left and right, and I'm kind of nervous about the future of it, because that was my #1 hangout spot. It was a place to be. And like their slogan says, Hooters makes you happy. Kind of nervous about the future.
Incomplete.
I got away with that. I got away with one that time.
Incomplete.
Punt it away.
Touchback.
Boom shakalaka. Might as well go ahead and keep it on the ground for the rest of the game. Run out the clock as much as I can.
Incomplete.
I'm gonna do that for Mahan. Too bad there are no 2-minute warnings in college football. I don't think there are 2-minute warnings even to this day. I'm not sure. And the rules have changed all throughout the years. 2-minute warning, quote unquote. Holding on the offense, yeah. I got away with one that time. Got away with it. Got away with it. Got away with that as well. So lucky. Kind of lucked out. Screen. Less than 90 seconds to go.
It's good.
Okay, all I gotta do is get into field goal range.
Offside.
At least it makes my job a little easier.
Incomplete. Timeout. Incomplete.
All right. Last chance. This is it. Game over.
Incomplete.
Yeah, like I said, it would have been a tie if it weren't for that mental error that I made. But at least I made a comeback. It's over. Ball game over. Navy wins. The Navy wins. Alright, folks. Sorry I let y'all down, but the main thing is that we pay tribute to those that we lost in 9/11. And doing my own rendition of the Army-Navy game is my way of doing that. Alright, folks. Next week, we're going to be continuing our on-location adventures. That's the name of the game, On Location. Okay, folks. Going down to the final seconds. Alright, folks. That does it for me. Like I said, if it weren't for that mental error that I made, this game would have been tied by now. But other than that, I bid you adieu. And until we meet again next week, have a good rest of the weekend. Maybe say goodbye.